back down at Rodrigo's A-frame today. We're bringing some more muscle. We're actually gonna be doing all of the framing for the windows and the doors today. This thing's gonna be starting to look more and more like a house every single day.
The idea is to do all the framing for the windows and the doors, but the likelihood that we get all the framing for the windows and the doors done is probably 0%. We're gonna do the best we can, but all this stuff takes a lot longer than you think.
I just gotta say, I am so in my element right now, knowing that I get to weld for the next 4 hours. There is nothing quite like the feeling of a fresh pair of welding gloves. Doing all this window framing is bringing me back to when we were doing the workshop, honey.
When we just had no idea what we were doing?
Absolutely no idea. Our welds were absolute garbage.
Our framing was absolute garbage. But you gotta start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere. Luckily, we got a little more experience on our side now, so Rodrigo's house will be at least a little bit of a next level.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
I'm feeling pretty good about it. So I remember as a little girl, growing up, I always watched my dad getting his hands in so many different projects. He was such a handyman, and from my perspective, I felt like he was a master at every single thing that he did. And it's kind of funny because the one thing that he has yet to do is weld. And I feel like that is the one thing that I actually do know how to do and I have such a love for. So Dad, this is for you if you're watching this. Next time you decide to break out your welder that's been in storage for the last 3 years, I hope I'm there for it and we can have a little bonding session, and who knows, maybe, you know, maybe I can show you a thing or two.
Come and take a step back for a sec. Now you gotta figure out how tall you want your window to be. This is the fun stuff that you can do when you're building your own house. You can be like,
can I just have that entire thing to be a window? Come on, the toilet's gonna be right there.
there you go, that sounds so unnecessary.
It's gonna be cool. I can watch to the outside while I'm taking my morning movement.
Is that a plug?
Yeah, go get the morning movement coffee from themorningmovement.com. It's the best coffee ever. You need to try it.
So because we only have one welder and one generator, and there's 4 of us. 5 of us. Oh my God, you're right. There's 5 of us. We've actually kind of all been rotating, and so the guys are gonna be working on making some caballos while Jordan and I work on another little small project up by the driveway.
We're just coming to the end of the rainy season, and our driveway and our parking lot has been so eroded away by the 250 inches of rain that we've gotten this year. All right, go ahead, honey. All right, stop, honey.
So we're taking a little drive down our private road here, and Jordan's picking up a lot of these rocks and boulders that end up clogging up the storm drains on the side of our road. And what happens is when it clogs it up, the water tends to run across the road and then erodes the road and causes huge potholes and erosion. So it actually works out great because we're helping with the maintenance of the road, but then also we're able to use a lot of these rocks and boulders to our advantage, such as the project that we're working on today.
I'm stockpiling gravel and sand right now because I know we're gonna need a ton of it for this project, and we're gonna need more than even this, but anytime I can get a truck to come up here and give us a truck full of gravel and sand, I'm taking advantage of it. All right, now that all of our potholes are filled in somewhat, it's time to get going with digging a footer and building a retention wall. How long do you think it's gonna take for her to just stick her hand right in there and put it in her mouth? We can't let that happen.
No, we can never. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but concrete has always been a very satisfying thing for me. I mean, I genuinely want to stick my hands in there and play with it, so I wouldn't blame a baby wanting to do the same. Give it a good old smack, that's when you know it's good to go.
Listen to it.
It's a nice little love tap. Get her in there, nice. Did you say you needed something to push down on it, honey?
Yeah, what do you want to use? That's not enough push power.
Why?
I need to like...
How about now? Watch and learn. Got blueberries in my teeth. So I have a little mom or dad hack for any of you guys that want to make quick but healthy meals. This has been my go-to for like 3 to 4 times a week. But I just chop up a bunch of potatoes. I got regular potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, carrots. I put a little bit of coconut oil, salt and pepper. This, you guys, has been my go-to seasoning for literally everything. And then I just chop up a bunch of sausages, throw that on top, set it to 400. I usually let it cook for like 40 minutes. Just set it and forget it. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go. Super quick, super healthy, super delicious. You sure you got every last bit? Every last bit, huh? Every last bit. This has been Sadie's favorite food recently is hummus. I will say I am very grateful. I feel like for the most part Sadie eats everything that we eat, which just makes mealtime so much easier.
Give her a kiss. What sound does the goat make?
No, it's a cow.
That was close. It's more of a boo boo.
It's a ba ba.
You want to say hi to Alberta?
That's it, baby. That's it. Oh, he's got his first window.
He's got 2 windows. All right, today's the day when things get a little bit hairy. And I'm not talking about this kind of hairy. I'm talking about getting up on the top of that peak hairy and trying to weld some beams in place while doing that at the same time. So when you decide to build a house that's 40 feet off the ground, did it ever cross your mind that if someone fell that we would never walk again?
I never realized it's gonna be that tall.
You know, a 40-foot fall is like pretty significant, right?
We use meters. That's like...
Yeah, okay, it's like 15 meters, look at.
Yeah, but like 15 doesn't seem like a big number at all.
The good news is we do have a couple harnesses for when we go up there. The other good news is the weather's on our side. The weather just shifted. It's beautiful out. It's gonna be sunny like this now all the way through till April.
This is your chance to fight your fears.
I have nothing that I want to prove by going up there.
You don't have to prove anything to anybody, just to you.
Is it a fear of heights being up at 40 feet and welding? I feel like that's not like
What if you have a
a
harness?
phobia. I feel like that's just like the typical person.
It truly is crazy just having to put up one piece of framing, the amount of work that goes into just that one piece. So now we're getting ready to do the framing on the back side. But man, would this be so much easier if we were building it with wood and so much quicker. But this is what you gotta do in the tropics.
All right, here we go. The first support on the big A up there is going in.
Windy season has arrived! I'm so happy, you guys. We're like just getting to that transition period between rainy season and dry season. And you know, the mornings are getting so much longer. The rain is starting to come later and later in the day. This is by far my favorite time of the year here. My welding time has come to an end though today, at least for now, but I gotta go grab Sade. It's around 11 o'clock. She woke up really early today. She woke up at like 6 a.m., which is kind of unlike her. So I'm assuming she's probably gonna go down for a nap very, very shortly. So I'm gonna go grab her, get her down for a little nap-a-doop, and make some lunch.
I found a little quiet 30 minutes to spend some time with my worms. I feel like I've almost entered into a relationship with these worms, that I have promised to keep them safe and happy, and in exchange they're going to allow us to grow all the fruits and vegetables that we want. I'm really hoping that these worms are the solution that we've been looking for this problem. The idea with this farm is really to live off the land as much as possible. I know it's not realistic to get 100% of our food from this land, but I think we can really get a lot. We've kind of tried over and over again to get our garden going and get our farm going. As you guys have probably seen over the last 3 years, it's just like, it's really been a struggle. We're struggling to find ways to create a soil that plants will grow in, and it's really typical around here, and it's a big part of the culture to use synthetic fertilizers, and we've just really avoided that at all costs. But with that, it's just made this whole process kind of a lot more slow going, a lot more trial and error, and just a little bit more difficult, but I think we're onto something here. If you're wondering how this works, inside here are the worms, and they're mixed in there with our kitchen scraps and dirt and goodies from all the animals. And what happens is the worms in here, they eat all that, and then they make castings. And the hard thing is kind of getting the worms away from the castings. So what I'm gonna do is take water and pour it in here. I'm just gonna do a little bit for a demo. And what happens is that water mixes with all the castings from the worms, and then I drilled holes in the bottom of this bucket so all of that delicious water goes there. And that is our liquid fertilizer. That is our plan to bring the soil back to life, give these plants a fighting chance, and hopefully be a huge answer for all the problems we've had with farming.
Do you like the banana bread? Mama made that special for you, you know.
This is the scary one. Now we need to put a support right across there. Are you gonna make me get up there?
You're getting up there.
I don't want it.
Yeah, but you have to. Do you love me?
Yes.
Rod is deciding to go no harness. That's totally under his discretion. I do not support. Thank God Jordan is going harness.
Are you sure you want me to get a read?
Full blown panic attack. I feel like I can't even watch right now.
There you go. The scariest part of the whole thing is done. Well, actually, I'm gonna take that back. Half of the scariest part, because we got this side done, but at some point, we still gotta do that side. And it's gonna be exactly the same.
Honestly mind-blowing seeing this thing in all its glory right now.
Imagine how Rodrigo must be feeling right now. Yeah, we're talking about you.
How you feeling right now, bro? How you feeling? This is your house, dude.
I want coffee.
He wants coffee. But genuinely, like, it's so unbelievable. Like,
It's
looking
so
at it, it's
big.
so big. And those windows over there, dude, you're gonna have the absolute best view on the farm.
It's okay, you can go for coffee.
Check out the progress on the retaining wall project. This is gonna take a really long time. When any of us have been hanging around for the last few days, we've been coming up here, mixing up a barrel of concrete, putting down a few stones. But we got a long way to go on this stone wall. It's gonna go all the way to the edge of our parking lot here. But it's never gonna get done if you don't start somewhere, so at least we've gotten it started and we can keep going. And we didn't start at a better time than right now, because my goodness, is it beautiful. These are the days that it's all about.
With everything going on in our lives recently, with, you know, Lola's farm and the construction going on here, the typical farm stuff, the raising of a baby, the editing of the videos, and then on top of all that, you know, we're trying to manage opening this roastery up in Stowe, Vermont, and we're really closing in. We're just a couple weeks away. I have never seen Jordan work harder in the last few months in my life. And I just wanted to surprise him with a little something something when he got back home.
Hi, puppies. So I just pulled in, I was down editing, and I see a rock trail with little pieces of paper underneath each rock. I wonder what this is. What is this? There's just so many. This keeps going. Look how many I already have.
I'm watching him pick them all up right now.
This is the nicest thing ever. These notes are so sweet. I want to spend the rest of my life devoted to being your best friend. This week has been a little brutal. Just with opening a business is freaking hard, and it's just been a challenging week, and this is just everything right now. I'm catching that. What do you think about all this? I've talked about it a little bit, but I haven't really gone into detail about just kind of how hard the last few months have been. Maybe the last 6 months. I mean, everyone tells you that opening a business is hard, but I didn't think it'd be this hard. Like, I mean, maybe that's just my own naivety, but just the amount of time and effort that's gone into opening the roastery, expanding our coffee business, and moving into our own space, from the insurance to the inspections to the permits to the licenses to all the legal stuff and the insurance and the bank accounts, and kind of just goes on and on. Man, it's a lot. And right now it feels like that whole journey of opening the roastery is at an end, and at an end in a good way. And it's because basically the whole opening process is done. I'm very excited to say that we're going to be opening the roastery in Stowe, Vermont at 1815 Pucker Street on December 1st.
You better be there or be square. I can't believe this is real. But for real, you guys, this is like the real deal. It's freaking happening, and we want to see all your faces there, or as many as you guys can come.
If you guys are in the area and you want to come and hang out, you want to have a cup of coffee made by us or our crew, we're going to be there. We're going to be flying back for the grand opening, and we'll be there for a few days. So December 1st, we hope to see you guys.
We'll be open from 8 to 12. I can't believe we just announced this. This is like so surreal, even saying that this is happening.
I don't even know how this was going to come about, but it's kind of just like, because we just found out today.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's not like this big
announcement.
It's just, we're just telling you. So we hope to see you guys there. We'd love to put a lot of your faces to the names in the comments or the names in the emails.
Absolutely.
So I can't wait for it. We're counting down the days. But we love you guys.
We love you guys.
We'll see you on the next one.